everybody on YouTube and Facebook. So, as I explained to my people on Instagram, I'm doing 10-minute, like doing readings for $10. So impromptu readings, and I just want not only to gain awareness of what Guru Mama does, but also to credibility, that's a big word, in what I do, and let people know what I do. So, you know, it's been a while since I've done this. So I'm coming here online. I've only been here a minute, and we will see what happens. So I'm doing, readings for 10 minutes. Well, $10. $10 for a reading. We'll see how long it lasts for you. You can e-transfer thegurumama at gmail.com and see if you are wanting to get a reading. Hi, star of my own life. Oh, my own film. I love that. I love that. Hello, Dwayne. Welcome. Good evening. Good evening. So I'm just going to start pulling cards here. So whether you send me $10 or not, we're going to see. We're going to start pulling some cards here and see what happens, because I know not everybody has the $10 to send, but this is just to get Mama back on track. So back on track. So let's do star of my own film. I love that. That's so beautiful. And I hope, the beautiful thing, star of my own life. I hope you're living that. I hope you're living that, because that's so important. It's so important to be the star of your own film, to be that person. But sometimes it's, when you are trying to fulfill it, can be a little bit daunting. So, of course, I got my star of my life just disappeared, and I got Dwayne just disappeared, but I'm going to pull a card for her, so hopefully she'll review it. And I got the Judgment card. Judgment card is about stepping out and being in the light. So when you step out and be in the light, it is so important. So the judgment card comes out. And it's not about being judged, but it's about being seen. That's the big thing. When you look at the Judgment card, you look at them, they're in the gray. I mean, the one girl has beautiful yellow hair. But there's a trumpet. A trumpet is calling you to be seen. So it's about you being seen and being heard. So important. And I shuffled the card. I did shuffle the cards. So shuffling the shuffling the cards is, letting you know that I've done, I'm not just picking cards out. So in comes the Empress, but the Empress is reversed. So what does it mean? So Venus is just going forward, and the Venus is on the Empress card. But when you're not being seen and being heard, when you're not allowing yourself to rise to the occasion, because they're both, major arcana cards, the Empress is saying you really have to embrace the abundance. And sometimes it's not sometimes it's feeling the abundance isn't coming in, feeling that I'm being here I am, I'm being seen, but I'm not really being seen in the way I want to be seen, want to be heard. I'm not being that person I want to be. So now it's where, with Mercury retrograde, coming back to the drawing board and looking at, where do I want to be seen? Because it's one thing about wanting to be the actress in my world, but where do I want to be? When I think of my own life, I think about, when I look around, we live in a very humble place now. From many places we lived, this is very humble. in a very humble, sweet. But where do I want to be heard? What is that? And I think that's the question you have to start asking, because there's a light there. I see a light, a candle that is lit there for you, and it's drawing you to that place, but there's a fear over here. There's a fear that you have over here. And I feel that fear that's over here that you're having is saying, mm, should I go to that candle? But that fear is stopping you from the abundance. It's stopping you from this empress. It's stopping you from living from your heart. Because when you live from your heart, it's drawing you to that candle. And that's such a fucking hard thing to do. My heart is like, oh, I want to go to Tuscany, right? I want to go to France. Oh, but you have the opportunity. The opportunity is coming to you, my little loved one, my little loved one. The opportunity is coming to you for you to live in that moment, for you to order to live. So the opportunity is coming. So the hardest part for you, my little star of my own life, star of my own film, is to step into it and step into that energy. Can we feel where the fear is stemming from? Disappointment. Disappointing. Mm, disappointing mother, father, those around me. There's a fear of disappointment. Disappointing those. Disappointing self. Ooh. Ooh. Ow! Disappointing self? That's a big one. If I disappoint myself, why? Because that light, that candle is there. If you don't step forward into following the candle, following that light, that's where the disappointment is. But you're thinking that if I step towards that light, I'm going to disappoint everybody around me. But no, when you step towards the light, when you step towards that fulfillment, you step towards it. And even the thing is, you know what the beautiful thing about Mercury retrograde? This is the beauty of it, because everybody's like, "Oh, Mercury retrograde, oh." Mercury retrograde gets you to come into the feminine. It gets you to come into that energy of stillness, of creating. Because we all know that when you are in the feminine, when you are in that, and the word vessel comes in, you are birthing something. And in birthing something takes time. But we are living in a society that wants you to birth it out now. And there is so much perfectionism that's coming in for you. That perfectionism that's coming in, that I need to have it perfect before I can step forward. The truth is, you got to make it messy, because in the messiness is the abundance. The abundance is there. You've worked a long time. I love the 10 of Pentacles, because the 10 of Pentacles shows you that you've worked at this. Now it's time to embrace it and love it. And in loving it, you'll create it. I love it. I love it. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. The fear comes in the disappointing and disappointment of self. And when you come into the disappointment of self, you come into a place of where you might be feeling the lack. I cannot do this. I cannot be this. And um, it's not where it truly is. It's not where it truly is. Okay. So, hi, Danielle. Danielle, thank you. You have followed me. And your name is Danielle Astrology. Um And what is your sign? I'm going to ask you, what's your sign, baby? Let me buy you a drink. What is your sign? Um, um, it's stepping into that energy. And right now, it's really hard. It's really hard for people to be stepping into their truth and their alignment. 'Cause it seems so daunting, Daniela. Ooh, as soon as you say your name, you write your name out. Daniela, I get a beautiful fragrant flower. I do. And the fragrant flower is very white and lots of petals in it. And you're a Pisces. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love it. Because it's that Pisces. Pisces. You must be feeling very fucked up right now too. I love Pisces, but I mean, because I'm a Scorpio, but the water energies have to stick together. Woo, 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 woo. But you must be feeling so fucked up right now. Like trying to grasp onto something, grasp onto, um, I want to do this. And it's something that is not even there anymore, right? And oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And it's coming back to the table. It's coming back to the table for you. You got to come back to the table, girl. Come back to the table, come back to the seat. Here it is. I'm going to pull up a chair for you. You're going to sit right here. And sometimes for Pisces, they're just like, they roll their eyes. They're like, oh, fuck. What are you going to tell me now? Something I don't already know. Like, fuck you. Um, but I feel like for you, it's coming back to the table to really connect to that essence and really connect to that divine and that energy. And really, as you are looking into that Piscean energy, because you have Neptune and you have Saturn in your sign. Now, Neptune and Saturn in your sign, they haven't been there since the 1500s. So there's something that's revolutionary there for you, and the revolutionary energy that's coming in for you. Wow. It's really insightful. It's touching into your divine. It's touching into the deepness of your divine. And now I'm getting roots. So it's getting rooted into your divine energy, and getting rooted into your divine energy is like, ugh. That's what I got. Daniela, I got like, ugh, I don't want to get rooted because I got to be here. Yeah, Pisces, what I love about Pisces is that they are the sign that didn't want to come to fucking Earth at all. They didn't want to come to fucking Earth. What they wanted to do, they go, okay, let me look into what Earth has to have. And then they got here and they're like, what the fuck? I don't want to be here. Like, this is just too crazy. Humans are crazy. I don't want to be dealing with humans. But you are. You're dealing with humans. And it's coming into that truth and that essence, right? Because across the street from you is Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is about accountability. How are you holding yourself accountable to what it is that you want to deliver to others? What is it that you want to do for others? What is that accountability? And that's the hard part, because sometimes we don't want to be, we want to hide in the background. Hiding in the background, so it's easy. I know, I'm Scorpio. Like when you look at my chart, like for me, when I look at my chart, I'm just like, oh shit. This is like, whoa, I'd rather be in a cave than having to do what I have to do. But it's those angles that come in. It's the transits that come in that are pushing to the outreaches. And what Saturn is doing is Saturn is teaching you to be within your boundaries. and know your boundaries and your grounding in what you are wanting to be delivered. The other energy that I get is a very, and I got a very violet blue, which is very unique. So, a very violet blue is coming into you, which is for me the Divine Mother Mary. So, coming into the energy of the Divine Mother Mary. And she is a very powerful, powerful energy that wants to lead you with your truth with your truth and allowing you to speak your truth. And in speaking your truth, seems spacey, seems out there, but that spaciness and out there, when I'm looking, I'm looking into the stars and the beauty, allows you to bring that energy into the earth. And that's what Saturn's trying to teach you at this time. It's trying to teach you this beauty that you have. Now, I'm not sure how old you are, Daniela. Now, if you have Saturn in Pisces right now, that means you're coming up to that Saturn return. And that Saturn return, and even if you've passed or you're just coming up to it, I'm not sure. You're 30, okay, past that Saturn return, there's something between that 18 to 30 that you've learned. Now you're stepping into the, being 32, stepping into that adulterated adulthood. And you are coming into that oh my God, you are the one of the last um you are one of the last of the energies to come in to help to rescue humanity and helping to rescue those of us that need the rescuing. It is the next generation after you, which will be the generation that brings in the artistic, but also will be the ones that have to um, that has to stand forth. But you being one of the true millennials, the true warriors, you are one of the saviors that are coming in. And for you, it's mm, you're having a hard time dealing with that. You're having a hard time dealing with the truth of the reality of this world. And in dealing with the truth of the reality of this world is driving you fucking bonkers because people are so fucking idiots, especially being a Pisces. You look at the world and you see it and you want it to be oh so special, oh so different. But you have a gift. And I feel you got to start using it, girl. Got to start using it. Daniela, you got to start using it. You got a gift, girl. And it's hard for you to do what it is that you want to do and what you want to say. But you are being called even deeper than what you've been called before. And especially being Pisces, that means that could be, your mind can go through anxiety. Your mind can go through some mental disorders or mental issues because you are trying to deal with things in a unique way that others, my children, my kids are texting me that others don't understand, and you're trying to hold those who've come before you. You're trying to hold them, but you can't hold them because they've come before you and they've lived their life. It's like me. I've lived my life. I know. Now it's up to you to take the reins of the cart and lead us. And lead us and teach, because you are the new warriors. You are the new warriors in this world. Oh, see, you're overthinking shit. I gotta love fucking Pisces. You're overthinking fucking shit. So stop overthinking things. Write it out. Get it out of you, right? Because you are overthinking too much shit. And in thinking it, you have a gift. You have something to share. There's something there that you need to share. You need to share it. You need to get it out because you have a uniqueness in order for others. Start with your local community, work from out there. Work with whatever markets and stuff that are going on within your community and work from there, whether it's online, whatever. But you have a gift and you're overthinking the gift that you have to give. And at 32, sometimes it's like, okay, I've gone through all this shit, whether it's like marriage, divorce, movement, jobs, whatever. I need to move into something new. What is that? I don't know, but I know I have something. Trust. The stars never lie. The stars never lie. That's why, when I go into the astrology and I look into the stars, they tell me the direction. You have Saturn in your sign. Listen to what Saturn has to say to you. Trusting your intuition. You're not trusting your intuition. You're not trusting the truth of what you are and who you are. Fuck it. You're not trusting yourself. In comes the Scorpio. Scorpio says, trust yourself. Trust who you are. Trust in what you need to do. And trusting you, you are able to can create. And what will you create? Oh, you got a lot of heartache. Carrying too much heartache. Let go of the fucking guy. Let go of the past. Let go of those hurts and pains. They are not leading you to anywhere. Venus has gone forward. This is embracing the truth of who you are, and embracing that is allowing for you to shine in that truth. And it allows you to be the emperor. The emperor of your world is allowing you to be the truth of the leader of who you are. And when you're the truth of leader of who you are, it'll happen. You got a good 3 months, 3 to 6 months of transformation that's going on for you. Within those 3 to 6 months, you are going to find the growth of what it is, that the truth of the direction of where you are wanting to go. Dwayne says, Daniela, if she asks the goddess energy. Ooh, Dwayne's on. Oh, I love Dwayne. Haven't talked to Dwayne in a long time. I know he's gone through some huge growth and transformation within his own life, but I know he's telling you to trust in your goddess energy. So there you go. If you're able to, you can send. I'm doing these for $10. $10 through etransfer, thegurumama at gmail.com, or you can send them through PayPal. Whatever. If you can't send it, God bless you. It doesn't matter. I just decided on the whim, because I want to do this weekend for $10 for 10 minutes and stuff like that. So Dwayne is here. So I'm going to do a reading for Dwayne. I haven't, the last time I did a reading for Dwayne was on Periscope. And we connected because I knew he had a mother connection, and with his mother energy. Dwayne and his mother has always been a turbulent energy, a turbulent connection. And the way he has to deal with that turbulent energy can come up with very many I got disorders, very many, and it's coming from this side. So the left side, so it's very much, so the left side is the right side, because the right side's controlled the left and the left is controlled the right. But I'm also getting the masculine energy, wanting to be that masculine truth. That sword is coming in. So I got the sword of Archangel Michael coming in. So for Dwayne, I got the Archangel Michael coming in for you, because I got the sword of truth coming in. Because even though the funny thing is even though that people don't think the same way that we do, even though that you think like, this person is bipolar, this one is schizo, or this one has psychosis, it's amazing that information, that because they can see things sometimes that we can't. So it's like, we want them to be the way everybody else is, but that's not the way that they are. And being in not the way that they are, they're able to see things in different ways. And sometimes that's sort of unsettling. The many native cultures look at people with disorders as being ones who are connected with the truth of spirit, because they're not in this realm at times. They're not in this realm. And sometimes when you're not in this realm, you can see things more clearly. And I think where Dwayne is, and God bless Dwayne and sending him out so much love, is knowing that where you are is fine. Knowing that where you are, and the star card pulled out. So knowing where you are is good. The star card comes out after the turbulence of the tower, and where the tower has struck down in your life. Now, when the tower comes in, the tower strikes a certain area of your life. It doesn't strike the whole area, but a certain area. And when the star card comes out, it's letting you know. I'm speaking too fast. Letting you know that God is leading you and God is on your side. And when God is on your side, the Nine of Cups is wishes. What do you wish for? Like truly within your side. I know you want love. I know you want to have that stability and that. But pull out of the idealism of the world of what you think is the ideal family. And what is it that you truly want? You want stability. You want truth. You want to be you. But in trying to be something other than you doesn't work. So finding somebody who just allows you to be you is your truth and your wish. And not hanging on. The devil card comes in. Not hanging on to what the mundane thinks it should be. When you hang on to the mundane, when you hang on to what the world thinks it should be or what you think it should be, you miss out on the truth and the beauty that's all around you. So hang on to that beauty that's all around you. Hang on to the beauty that's within you. And in the despair and in the craziness, you're still here. You're still here. You're still hanging on. You're still shining light. And that's the beauty of it all. That's the beauty of it all. So there you go, Dwayne. So just sending Dwayne out some love. Hopefully he heard that. So who do we have? Okay, I see Corona Mom is on. Woo! And I have Honeybee. So we'll do Honeybee. Now I'm asking for, I'm asking for $10. If you want to send me $10, send me $10. If not, I'm still doing a reading for you. So, hey, hang on. It's like you showed up on my feed. I'm giving you a reading, whether you fucking like it or not. So, Honeybee. Oh my God. You know what I get? This is what I get for Cynthia. She's rolling around. She's wrapped in a blanket. I got you like a piggy in the blanket. So I got you rolling around and you're just sort of like rolling. Like you're wrapped up into this blanket. So you're wrapped up into this blanket. And you're rolling around like a little piggy in a blanket. That's what I get. I got you a piggy in a blanket. So I'm giving you, and it's like, you're in this piggy in a blanket. So you're rolling around. What does that rolling around look like? What does that mean to you? Oh, It's like you're rolling around in a field. You're searching. You're searching. And you don't want to come out of your blanket because your blanket's your security. Your blanket's your security. You don't want to come out of your blanket because that's your security. Because if you come out of your security, that means that you're exposed. Woohoo! Cynthia, you're exposed. You're exposed. I can see you. If I expose you, if I see you in doing what you're doing, if I see you rolling around like a little piggy in a blanket, you're safe. You can sort of look into different things and look into everything that's in the meadow. But if I pull you out, if I take it and I pull you out, you're exposed. That means, oh my God, now I got, like, I pulled that and now I got you standing. You're standing, this figure of standing in the field and like, what should I do? Standing in the field, that means I gotta, like, people can kind of see who I am. If they see who I am, if they see that, and I got these beautiful flowers, I got like some red and purple flowers all floating around you. So I feel like these flowers that you think are fragile. They're not fragile. They're not fragile. The flowers that you think are fragile are not. The fragility, is that a word? But that's a word they give me. Fragility that you think they are not. And the fragility that is there, that you think is there, that is going to fall apart, is not. There is such greatness and support. It is amazing, the ecosystem within a meadow and how strong that ecosystem is within the meadow, because the meadow is your strength and your abundance that you can create from. But you got to trust in the meadow. You got to trust in your abundance. You got to trust in your intuition. You've been so much trusting in other people to give you that of what you think that you need. You have dismissed the truth of who you truly are, and dismissed in the truth of what you can give to others, and allowing that gift to be given. And in giving that gift, you are going to create your abundance. Woo! Don't ask me to repeat that because I can't, because that came directly from spirit. Whew. Man, when they tell me to come online here, fuck me. Fuck me. You have a gift to give. You got to trust in that gift that you need to give. And it's filled with color, and it's filled with so much, and it's filled with gumption. And that gumption is a lot. And you get overwhelmed because you're thinking, oh, it's not working out for me. Oh, lovely little Cancer. Cancer. I love my water signs because our water signs, like, we retreat. It's like the Little Mermaid. Oh, I'm retreating back into my little cave. I can't let anybody see me. But I don't think the Little Mermaid was actually a water sign. I think she was not a water. I think she was more of a Sagittarius, to tell you the truth. But it's embracing the truth of standing, of who you are. The Cancer is vibrant water, and it moves fast. The energies of Pisces is elusive. It's out there, and it's hard to grasp. The Scorpio is the depth of the water and the boundaries. And here we have this energy of bringing the water to say, I want to be the ramblings. I want to be, that rambling waters. I want to be not only the babbling brook, but I want to be the rushing waters of what I want to create and give to others. You are in a prime situation right now that if you utilize, especially AI, and utilize AI energy as a associate, you're going to create more of the abundance than what you thought you would. And your dad said, trust in your abilities of who you are. Woo. Hi, Dad. I love your dad. I love it when he comes in. Trust in the truth of who you are. And he pulled this card up. And the card is the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is letting you know that you have fought your way to where you are. You've fought within your passion of the truth of who you are. And there is a fight, but you are still on top of the hill. And being on top of the hill and being in that truth of who you are. And I've shuffled. Here comes the star. Allowing that truth of that star to shine brightly. And in allowing that, I did. It brings in the truth. Now I'm going to do this again, but I've been shuffling these like crazy. But the Nine of Cups comes in, is letting you know that you are your truth. You are the truth of who you are. You are the wishes, and allowing for those wishes to be that shining light. But you're hiding. Two of Wands, the Two of Swords comes in, and the Two of Swords is saying that you are hiding from the truth of who you are. You're hiding from your true truth of everything that's coming in for you. And it's hard to be an independent at this time. It's hard. I know. I'm relearning shit online. Like, I'm relearning how to do shorts. I'm learning how to, oh my God, I got to do how many, I mean, one of these people that I'm following asked and said, I want you all to do 10 uploads in 10 days. So for me, I'm just like, whoa. So I'm going to start it on Monday. So to do 10 uploads in 10 days, good, bad, or ugly. Like, she didn't care. Like, that's the thing. It's like, you just got to do it. But you're hiding from that of what you are wanting to do it. And the abundance is there for you, the truth, the passion, the intuition. And the star is, the star is such a powerful, powerful entity. And the star is coming after the tarot, after coming after the tower. And with that, I got one more. Oh, it's yours, baby. Whatever you want, it's yours. Double twos. Trust. Trust in your ability. Your passion is there. Get out there and start creating. I the things that I see, what others are creating, and every time I see the shit that they're creating, I'm like, fuck. Cynthia can do this shit. But you get, I'm not saying to leave your job. I'm not saying, don't leave your job, Cynthia. What I'm saying is that you can utilize what you are doing and still create what you want. Follow it. You got it. Why do you have it on your thumb? So you can fucking see it. So fucking look at it, but you're not fucking doing it. Take a shot. I'm going to say, take a shot of tequila and start doing it. So there you go. Thank you. So again, if anybody is wanting to, you can go to thegurumama@gmail.com and send $10. And $10 is greatly appreciated at this time, because it's creating the abundance and everything that Steve and I need in our home in order for us to do the things that we need to do. And it's also helping my husband to eat some really good positive foods. That's just saying. So just letting it go out there. So if honey Corona Mama is Corona Mama up there, and I know Corona Mama needs something. Whether she's there or not, I'm just going to do. And then super my super gurumama is going to be next. I cannot see anybody on my Facebook page unless I go onto my Facebook page. Let me just see 1 second. Facebook. I'm just going to do whirly dirly onto my Facebook and see what I can see. So if you are on my Facebook, DM me and you're wanting a reading. If you are on my Facebook right now, the reason being is that I cannot pick up anything on my Facebook until afterwards. So if you are on my Facebook, DM me and then I can get back to you and I'll give you a reading. Okay. So Corona Mama. Oh my God, my little Corona Mama. And yes, my little super Gormola. Gormola. I don't know if I said that right. And then I have Charlene there. So oh, the first thing I'm feeling with my Corona Mama is peace. Is peace. I feel a center of peace and love and tranquility. And when I say tranquility, it is this the flower violet, the violet flower I'm receiving. So this flower of and it's very delicate. It's very beautiful. And the colors I'm receiving are blue, but there's streaks of coming from the stylus is black. So this energy that's coming from it is black, and black is not bad, but black is grounding. So I feel like this energy of this beautiful flower that's coming forth is allowing for new growth and understanding of the direction of where you're going to go. Standing in that truth that, of the wisdom that you have to give to others and not wavering. Because with this violet energy, that your angels are showing me, with this violet energy that's coming forth, it's showing me that you can't waver from your truth, because this is a beautiful flower that shows up in the middle of spring, or in the beginning of spring, when nothing you think will bloom, and in comes this beautiful flower, and it's blooming and it's blossoming, and it's very, and it's not the pansy that I'm seeing. It's the beautiful little violet ones, the little tiny ones. And these little tiny, tiny ones just appear in order to give you the whispers of hope and letting you know that you're in the right direction. Knowing that you're in the right direction, knowing that you got to trust in that gentleness, in that serenity. And within the serenity is your sovereignty. Ooh, what does it mean to bring in your sovereignty? Bringing in your sovereignty means that if I'm bringing in my sovereignty, I'm bringing in me. And in bringing in me, I can't waver from that. I can't waver from what others think I should be. Even though there's a lot of chaos and nutty I call it nuttiness. And when I say nuttiness, that means the nuttiness is that what others are trying to um put upon you, transpose upon you. But you got to be that wavering energy, the wavering entity of light within a world that is withering around you. Wow. And in that withering around you, now, I say these beautiful words, and I say to spirit, I said, this sounds so great, but give them some practicality. So what does that mean in practicality? That means that you have to stand up for whatever your children need. The other thing is that when what within your profession, and within what you are wanting to do, you have to stand up and be to be that light. And in standing up to be that light, that means that maybe there's education or there's something that you have to follow within. And they're saying, and they're not saying mundane, but within the man's world, within the patriarchal world, you got to follow these steps in order for you to make change. In order for you to make change in anything that we do, you got to get into the system. And in getting into the system, you can create the change. You cannot create change from the outside. You can only create change from the inside. So from the inside, you have to take these steps in order for you to create the change that you want to create within the system. That's the only way can change. You cannot change things from the outside. If you are trying to change this world from the outside, I'm sorry. It ain't going to work, people. You got to get involved. You got to get in the system. That's the only way change can happen. If you're not in the system, I know my husband said to me the other day, maybe you should run for no, maybe you should run for city council. And I'm just like, oh my God, I think I would take a fucking shotgun and probably shoot them all. But that's the thing. Get involved in the communities around you. And I was, as I'm saying that, I'm like, yeah, so what is the communities for me? What are the communities for me? The communities for me, oh, well, guess how old I'm going to be this year? And you might say, oh, but I don't feel that old. But you are that old. You're fucking old. So get involved in the communities that are around you. Get involved in your children's, what they are involved in. And if you're getting involved in that, that's how you create the change. That's how you can be that cob, that little stick in the coils to make the change. That's the only way it works. If you're not that stick in the coils, you're not going to make any change. And that's what you are. You are the stick that is going to make the change. And that means that you got to do those little steps that sometimes you got to say, yes, sir, no, sir. Okay, that's nice. All right. Thank you. Thank you. And then you stick it to them. That's how you make the changes. That's how you create it. And in creating it, oh my God, this card comes out and it is the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is like, I know what I need to do and I'm going ahead and doing it. I'm trusting it's a Taurus card. The Taurus card comes in and it says, I know what I'm doing. Pluto is in Capricorn. Pluto is saying, these fucking institutions aren't working, but how can I make the change in the fucking institutions that aren't working? What do I have to do? I have to look at them and I have to say, you know what? These fucking institutions, I'm going to work in them. And in working in the institutions creates a change. Because the Taurus is going to do what a Taurus is going to do. A Capricorn's going to do. The Capricorn's going to build that mountain. It's going to build that structure. It's going to build that, the steps in order to create it. But right now, with Pluto coming in to the last degrees of Capricorn, it's saying that these structures don't work anymore. These structures don't work. And it's like, nah. And if these structures don't work anymore, what structures do work? Harmony, peace, love, tranquility. When you look at everything that the powers that be, you take Burning Man. Let's take Burning Man. Man. And you think of what they tried to do. Just think about it. Rain came down. Rain came down in a community of, I don't know how many people. There's a lot of people there. And it brought people together. There's a bunch of people high as fuck. But some of those people that I know that are high as fuck, especially those that aren't, anyways, a lot of that I know who are high as fuck, they are wanting to work. They are going to come and they're like, oh, what? You need water, you need a bathroom, you need this, you need some more food. Let me come. They don't want you to come together as community. Why? Because if we come together as community, if we come together that are working to create a positive outcome, they lose power. Now, if you think of what happened I'm going to date myself. And I think it was 1998 or 1999 when the last Woodstock happened. You look at the documentary, and it's a damn good documentary. But the documentary, this is one guy going, "These guys were coming in and seeding the skies." And people are like, "What are you fucking crazy? What are you talking about seeding the sky?" Well, look what they're trying to do. Anytime, when I look at even here in Calgary, anytime it was nice, within a day, it wasn't nice anymore. It didn't stay consecutively. Why? And Steve and I sat out there and we watched. We watched how the chemtrails were happening. So this is where, when you get into the cobs, when you get into what is happening and you're still staying centered within who you are, you begin to create the change that needs to happen. And in creating the change that needs to happen, I know it's difficult and I know the world comes upside down, but that's the thing is that you're changing the world to be upside down. What everybody thinks is up is not up. It's not truth. It's upside down. You got to look in different ways, in different energies in order to create that. And in creating that, creates a new trail. And in creating the new trail, you're creating something new, but it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to be step by step by step by step by step. And that's what I said today on my blog, is that those steps are going to take a year to 2 years. Now, if you're not in my vision board virtual retreat, let me know, because you need the visual retreat. Even you, Cynthia, needs the visual retreat, because we're going not only over what we did in Journey Club, we're taking it to the new depths of what we need to take it in, especially within this new world of energies that are coming in. But you are wanting to create something new within that, and creating something new, you are letting go of the fucking old. Woo! And that's fucking scary when the death card comes in, because that's Scorpio. Scorpio is not easy. Scorpio is not easy. Scorpio is the one that takes you to fucking hell. And in going to hell, brings you through to transformation, brings you through to saying, I'm not putting up with that shit. I'm going to create something new. Why do we have what when you think of everything that happens, the things that blew my mind is when I found out about the feminist movement. Like any movement that happens, like the Black Lives Matter and all that kind of stuff. Any movement that happens, and when I started to do more investigation and looking into and going down that bloody, I found out, like, oh my God, this is the backing of the government. This is the backing of other institutions that wanted women to be independent. Why did they want you to be independent? So it separates you from your children, and separating from your children go back to state, and your children go back to state. That means that they have control of your children and what they say and what they do and what they be. And then you have no more say, and you are over here and the children are over here, because the children are the future of our world. And if I separate you from your child and bring it over here, and I have the say over your child and you don't, that child's going to listen to me and not you. Yeah. Then I can get the tax money from you. How crazy is that? Not saying that women can't work, that women can't do what it is that they need to do, but there has to be a sense of balance. There has to be a sense of serenity within oneself in order to do that. And that, when you look down that shit, and when you look down it, it is so fucking fucked up. And My kids always said, "Mom, you're such a liberal woman. You're such a feminist." And I thought, "Oh, yes, I am." But then I started looking down and saying, "What is a feminist? What does that mean?" It's amazing how they destroyed the Black community, how they destroyed other communities in order for people to be separated, and in order for them to create the money that they needed to fund their propaganda, their disorders, in order for them to do what it is that they want to do, in order for them to steal from others. Mm, that's why it's coming back to the root. Now, going back to you. She's like, "Oh my god, you mean I put the whole weight on the world on you?" Not putting the whole weight of the world on you, but putting on what you need to do for your community and what that means to bring it back to the community. Because bringing it back to the community is also bringing back to that of the divine masculine. Because so much that I find with what's happening with abuse and abuse within the community and is that the men are losing their way. They don't know what to do, and they know they have to do something, but they don't know how to do it. And in order to try and make the changes, they get lost, and then they get lost in drugs and alcohol and pornography and other bullshit. So they feel like when they come home they have to, their wife has to fulfill this, but their wife cannot, or their girlfriend cannot fulfill that of what they feel is right and just of what they need to fulfill. So they take it out in violence, or they take it out in other forms. And in taking it out of other forms, destroys the whole family system. So there you go. But it's one step at a time out of that craziness that's out there. It's one step at a time, one family at a time, one child at a time. And those things make a difference as you move forward. Whew, there you go. You've come in for a big mission. Holly, you've come in for a big mission, and that big mission is a huge undertaking in this lifetime. But you you said I got like when they're showing you it's like they got a whiteboard. Here's your mission, and you're like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm gonna do that. And you signed your name on it. They're like, okay. Do you know all the people and everything that you got to go through? Oh, yeah, that guy's just a fucking dildo. I'm just no worried about that. Oh, bring me the children, because these children are going to be that of what is going to fuel my energy in order for me to create the new world that I need to create. And then you just like, yeah. And then you get here and you're like, fuck, what the hell just happened? Give me that bottle of wine. I just don't know what just happened. It's a lot. It's a lot. But it's one step at a time. That's all it is. There you go, girl. Whew. Now, my little super garmoil. So true, children are everything. Children are everything. So my super garmoil. Um, wow. You my girl. You my girl. Oh my God. I just want to sit and have tea. And sitting and having tea means it's just being. It's just being. It's not it's sitting and having tea. There's such serenity, I'm going to say, such beauty, such love that comes in, and the love that you are trying to create. Hello, Lisa. I see you. I see you. I just got onto my Facebook. So, hello, Lisa. There is such beauty that's there. And I feel for you, it's a gentleness. It's not too much abrasiveness is not good for you. So if you're in something that's abrasive, and I feel like sometimes you get into that abrasiveness or that mixture or Vitamix, it's like they like you get into Vitamix and then you get torn apart and getting torn apart. Oh, that's so much. That's just too much for you. You need to come into the gentleness and you need to come into that of who you are. So you really have to really trust in your because I got either anxiety or over anxiety or things along that line, and you really have to come into that peaceful center that you need, and then within that peaceful center, what they're showing me is almost like a walled garden, and within the walled garden I have places where you can sit to gather your peace and gather your tranquility. And if you don't gather your peace and tranquility, it puts you back into the Vitamix, and putting you back in the Vitamix just allows for things just to get distorted and um out of sorts. And getting out of sorts means that you can't ground and you can't focus. And if you can't ground and if you can't focus, um everything goes cray cray. So we got to bring in, you need a spiritual routine. You need some kind of spiritual routine, whether that is meditation in the morning, evening, afternoon. I feel like in the morning before you go, you really have to call in the angelic energies to help you to deal with this. And I'm not sure if mm, this is odd. But I feel like there's either something that happened to you as younger or something that happened, and I don't know if it was, like, something that's blocked from your memory. Something blocked from your memory, something there. I got something powerful that came in, and I don't know if something blocked you or you blocked it, but there's a blockage that's there that's coming forward that's showing me that you have a lot of power, powered from beyond, power from the past. And now I got things like there's a lot of power that's coming in, and something within past life that you had that overextended your power, and in this life you are trying to bring in the tranquility and the peace within the world around you. And you have to become, and you have to find within that peace and tranquility, you have to find the warrior spirit. And in finding that warrior spirit is going to be your challenge, and that's your challenge in this world at this time. Finding that warrior spirit within that, and it's sort of like I don't know, it's like a little cute little anime kind of energy coming out with a big sword and a little person coming out of this beautiful sweet pea pod. I got a sweet pea. I got a lot of flowers coming through. It's interesting. So I don't get flowers usually, but a sweet pea energy that's coming forth. And the sweet pea energy that's coming forth is showing you that you got to trust in that inner strength. Now, bear with me. Sweet pea spiritual meaning. It's upright. It's a clumbing flower cluster. Symbolizes good wishes, friendship, kindness, and goodbyes. Mm. So this energy is coming through to symbolize a connection with friendship, a connection with those around you, but also being willing to say goodbye to things, also being willing to let go of what no longer serves you and have the gratitude and the blissful pleasure of what is. And this sweet pea energy, that is where it's often given as a sign of, what does it say, of departure and goodbye. So this energy is coming in and saying that there's energy there that you have to let go of. Let go of what no longer serves you, because it has a strong stem. It has this strongness, this strongness that's there, that is bringing you that vitality. Because sometimes people think the kindness and friendship is like, bleh, what is that? Bleh. But it's not. It brings in good luck. It's long lasting. It is an energy that brings in, especially within the chakras, an energy of renewal, an energy that brings forth truth. It is an energy that sometimes within fairy cottages, the fairies are coming in, that brings you that strength and that wholesomeness, where you have to embrace that sweetness. You have to embrace that beauty, that part, that simple living that it wants to have for you. And allowing for that simple living is that it's not like it's bad. Like sometimes people think, oh, simple living. Well, then you're poor, you're this, you're that. I want to have the big house and that. But for me, I feel like for you, it's that simple living in that cottage, and that beauty is bringing you that tranquility. And that's what you need to embrace within your life. And in order to embrace in your life, you're able to allow for the changes to happen. It's allowing for the changes to happen, and it's allowing for, in that death of others, that releasement of others, is allowing for renewal within your own self. And in allowing for that renewal for your own self is bringing forth to you something magical, something that is bountiful. And within that bountiful is coming in with the Page of Cups. That means you really have to trust in this newness of intuition and energy that's coming in. And it is beautiful, and it is tranquil, and it is something that is everlasting, and that everlasting energy is going to bring forth. Oh, I love the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles brings me the truth. The Knight of Pentacles means that I have stability. So in trusting in that beauty that is you, is bringing in the stability. Bringing in that stability allows for you to bring in that balance, because you give so much to others, more is going to come back. Allow for that more to come back. Allow for that sweetness to come forth, because in that sweetness and coming forth is allowing for that, of that blossoming of you. And that blossoming of you allows for you to untether from the ties that are around you. The thing about the Eight of Swords is sometimes we tie ourselves up in other people's bullshit, in other people's ideas, in other people's thoughts and deeds of what it is that I believe I need to be doing. But that sweet pea, if you ever watched a sweet pea grow, it grows up along the side of the house, and it just grows, and it grows through all the bullshit. Allow for yourself to grow through the bullshit. Allow yourself to be standing within the truth of who you are, and not faltering from the beauty, not faltering from the truth. Allowing for you to come into the balance of the giving and the receiving, because it's in the giving that we receive, and allowing yourself to be open to the receiving. It is in the Eight of Swords that we can get tied up in the mundane world, in what others say. But the thing is with the Eight of Swords, you can walk away from that at any time. It does not have to be the truth of who you are. And the truth of who you are is that beauty, and that cherishedness, and that softness, and allowing for that softness, because people sometimes think, oh, you're soft, you're this and you're that. But you know what? It's that softness is the one that makes the change, because it is consistent. It does not waver with what others believe you should be doing. Just saying. All right. It's almost 9 o'clock. Wow. Hello, hello, hello. All right. So we have, oh, Candace showed up. Hello. I'm just doing people as I'm doing them. So we have Lisa here. So we're going to bring in Lisa, and then Charlene, and then maybe Candace. We'll see. So Lisa, Whew, man. You know, the image Lisa, you're going to love this. So Lisa, I get that World War II image of the woman working in the uh factory. You know, I can't remember what her name is, but she has a bonnet on, it's tied up here. But I feel like this is like the strength that is coming forth for you. And you are changing so drastically and incredibly that I don't think it's hard for you to keep up with your own self. It's hard for you to keep up with the self that you are wanting to create. Your self of what you are wanting or who you are wanting to create is up here, and you're back here, and you're just like, but hang on. And it's, you know, to migrate the two of you together is a beautiful thing, but it's where you get caught up in the muggleness, and over here is like your beautiful fairy spiritual self is bouncing all over the fucking place. And you're like, oh, I'm over here, I'm over here, I'm doing this, you know, this is where I need to be doing. But that energy of moving forward, that energy of coming into your truth and divineness, it's absolutely fabulous. You got so much to teach people, you got so much to share to people, but your mind goes back, but how can I make a living of this? Can I make money? I got to pay the rent. I got to pay my mortgage. I got to do this. You know, you get caught up over here with that, you know, and that energy of this beautiful vibrant goddess who wanted to make a difference in the world, to support her man who's going off to war that she knew that she may not never see again. See, that's where that vibrant goddess comes in. That vibrant goddess of World War II was a goddess who stood in the factories and stood into doing these works because feeling that she needed to support the person that she loved, the man that she loved, so that he came home to her. And you're wanting to create a world where you can create the family and create that essence, and that family can be in many different ways and many different um ideas, but it's in creating that security, even though you know your husband, or your husband has a work or has a job, has that of what it is that can support, but you are wanting to create a soft landing. That's what yeah, create a soft landing. And in creating that soft landing is embracing all of those beautiful parts of yourself that you sometimes try to deny, because in denying them, whoo, now we're going back to the family roots, and denying them means I don't want to be my mother. I don't want to be my grandmother. I don't want to be all of these women that came before me. I don't want to be them. Yeah. You don't have to be them. You don't have to be them, Lisa. You are your own unique, beautiful self. And in embracing that beautiful self of who you are, you will create this, you will create that soft landing. You will create it. Wow. Yeah, you will create it. And just embracing those steps that you are doing, whether that is the cookbook or showing people how to cook, how to connect with food, because food is very important. It's connecting with that essence of who you are. It's connecting with the essence that you have tried to deny in many ways within your own feminine self because of the hurt and pain of whatever it is with mom and dad and past events. It's allowing for you to say, yeah, this I love this. And in saying I love this doesn't mean it's nasty or dirty or gross. It doesn't mean that it's like, ooh, but it's like, yeah, there's a lot of beauty in this. There's a lot of connection that I can have in this. And having this connection is bringing in a balance. Bringing in that balance, and bringing in that balance is allowing for me to bring in the truth of who I am. And sometimes that is fucking hard. Hi, hello, Saban. I'm doing it's thegurumama at gmail.com. So, and it's $10 or whatever. So, Lisa, there is a truth of connection in bringing that balance. And in bringing that balance is a newness, and the newness is a start, and the newness brings in where the ace of wands is starting of the newness of the passion. Doesn't mean you have to let go of the mundane or muggle job. You can still have that and still embrace that loveliness of what it is that you are wanting to create. You can still have that. You can still bring that in, and bringing that in, it's learning the balance. It's learning that balance. What is that balance? The temperance is the mixologist. What am I mixing? What am I doing? Is this the right gin fizz I want, or is it not? Sometimes it can be overwhelming, and sometimes, especially when we're dealing with the demons of our past, and the demons of our past is saying, well, I don't want to fall into that. I don't want to do that. That's what my grandmother did. That's what my mother did, and I don't like them. You make it yours, because out of what you don't like, you have learned something. You have learned within what they, and through their hardness and through their bitterness, there was something that was there. There was an essence that was there. There was a beauty that was there, that you cultivated, that you are going to cultivate in order to create that newness and that juiciness and that scrumptiousness that is the uniqueness of you. And it's something fucking awesome. So, Lisa, embrace that. Embrace that. And embracing that brings in the newness. Candace, you're the next after I do Charlene. So Lisa, I'm sending you out love. Charlene, I talk to you practically every day, and I love you, love you, love you. But I know that what I keep on getting for you, my dear, is a planner, and starting to plan, starting to do the step by step. What is the step by step in order for me to bring things into and tie up all of the loose ends that I need to tie up? And in tying up all of those loose ends, whether, payments for this, creating this and doing this, it's almost like a macrame. I got a macrame of energies of creating that hanging basket that needs to come in. Now, creating that hanging basket, and when you're creating that hanging basket, you're looking, because it's very consciously, what are the knots that I'm doing? What is that knot that I'm doing? What is that? And what is that going to lead me to? And how is that going to support me? And that's what you got to look at. How is this going to support me in the end? Because when we are doing a macrame basket, to put our hanging basket in, we're looking at, it has to be supportive. When you look at it, it might look fragile. It might look like it's unable to hold what it is that you are wanting to do, but it's stronger than what you thought it would be. It's stronger than what you thought it would be. And being stronger than what you thought it would be, it's going to give you that support. And giving you that support, it's going to help you to add what it is in that pot that you are wanting to grow. So here it is. It's a step by step of energies, step by step of what it is that I want to create in this new world, in this world that is so subjective, so unworldly. We can think of unworldly. So in a world that brings us strife and strife. So when we have the strife that comes into this world, when we have the energies of strife, right, that comes in, the strife means that there is something there that I'm fighting against. But the 5 of Wands means that I'm hitting my sticks, but who am I fighting? I might be only fighting myself. So this is why it's so important to look at how I'm doing my macrame basket and how I'm creating that, because that's going to bring in the joy and the abundance that I need within this world and I need within my life. And when I need that within my life, I'm going to look at, because there's light, but sometimes I get too much in my despair in my own head, my own ego, that I don't see there's more around me that I that I need to create, because the fives are change. What is it that I want to change? What is it that I want to create? What is that I want to bring in? And it's my own spirituality. Stepping into your spirituality is going to be a huge thing for you in the next 3 months for you, my little Charlene. And stepping into the truth of your spirituality, stepping into the truth of who you are, and trusting in that intuition of you. And that is huge. That is huge. Candace, if you are still there, whoo! Hello, Candace. You're there, I hope. If you're not, that's fine. You can watch the the replay. So Candace, I haven't done a reading for Candace in so long. And I find, her connection to her native land is so important. It's always been important. All of her guides and all of her spirits that come forth, and her grandmother that come forth. I'm going to, and I've called Charlene the grandmother witch. I'm going to call you the grandmother witch as well. You are stepping into that time of knowledge and knowing of what it is that I need to know. Stepping in and utilizing the knowledge that I have in order for me to help others in what I do. The grandmother witch is the one who helps the community. She's the one who knew that Charlie down the way was born with bronchitis or born with some kind of health ailment. She's the one who knows that her client over here needs a little bit more more iron, because she was iron deficient after she gave birth of her child. She's the knowingness. She is the that woman who knows things about her community and is able to help and aid her community in many different ways, whether that is within the health and bringing in that health and vibrance. And the reasoning, and I know your son is so beautiful and he's so wonderful, but your son is growing, and mm, he is that warrior. He is that warrior that comes through, right? Um, thank you, Karen. I will check later. I'm not checking on anything right now, but blessings to you and thank you. Um, there is an energy or a sense for you to be that grandmother witch, that healer within the community, and standing within the healer of community and bringing that healing in. And that healer is very much, starting something new and different, starting in that newness, the Page of Pentacles, starting in a new foundation of how you are going to do that, what that looks like, what does that mean to you within the Muggle world, in a world that is taking away our vitamins, minerals, and herbs, in a world that is bringing in a difference, right? And but you have that magical particle of you, and I know that you do. I mean, even for myself, when I set up that medicine wheel back in and I knew I had to do it by January or December, yeah, January 20th of 2019. I knew that, and that was aligned to the calendar of the natives of New Zealand, because of the energies that were coming into this world to help to support us. And I feel like there's an energy around you that's trying to support you in order to create something new and something vast that you've never done before. And it is the changing of this world. Between 2024 and 2025 is going to be a huge test, not only for you, but for the rest of the world. 2024 and 2025, we are heading into the height of despair, of agony, of things in this world we never thought we would see, the deplority. But you are going to be that shining, effervescent light that is going to help with the healing. And it's going to be through the healing of your own intuition, of your own insight, and your own shamanic energies that are going to bring it forth. And your son is one of those shining lights as well. And with that comes the king that says, trust in your intuition and your knowingness and never let it falter. Never let it falter within who you are and what it is that you are wanting to do and what you are wanting to say. And that's going to bring you in the connections that you need, the connections within others, the connections that you need within those around you, and that commitment. There you go. Very powerful. You got a very powerful energy, Candace, and that powerful energy is going to be effervescent to all that you do. All right. So being, did I say that right? I don't, I gotta say, I am horrible with names and pronunciation of names, unless they're, excuse me, because this may not be politically correct, unless they're like really white names. I'm really fucked up with saying names. Sobina is what I'm saying. So giving you such beautiful energy. Siobhan. Oh my God. Siobhan. I can say Siobhan. Siobhan, that just sounds so sexy and romantic. It just sounds like, so scrumptious. You need to be in something very, it's a Gaelic. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Now it makes sense to me. I know, don't you? I was going to name, no, I was going to name, I named my son, my youngest son, Owen, but I wanted to spell it the Gaelic way. But I got a no because nobody would be able to pronounce it. No one would be able to say his name, Owen. So, but to me, it's still in my head spelled the Gaelic way. So, Siobhan, I bless you and give you the Gaelic blessing to you in everything that you do and sending you such love. So, bringing that to you. I just peeked over to my YouTube page and I got Erica there, and I have AM, a Google chat, Google Mail. So there you go. Hello, hello, hello. So we're going back to Siobhan. Siobhan, oh, don't you love the Gaelic way? I don't know. I do. Sometimes it's that I've never been there, but I miss it. Weird. Does that sound? So we're going back to you, Siobhan. So what is coming in for you, and what I am seeing and what I'm feeling? And as you said, the Gaelic ways, of course, I go back to the ancient ones, and I do see the bricks, and I do see the mortar, and I do see energies that are built with strength and fortitude within you. But sometimes within the strength and fortitude that is built within you is a repair. There is repairing that needs to be done. And the repairing needs to be done means that you have to go back not to the new ways. That's the whole thing, because many times we want to repair, and we think the new ways are the best ways, but for you it's the old ways. When you're repairing something from old, you have to go back and see how it was done before in order for you to repair it. And when you go back to see how it was done before, it seems like, oh my God, that takes so much time, it takes so much energy. But for you, it's coming back and looking at the repairs within your soul that need to be done. So I'm going to put you back down onto the meditation pillow. I'm bringing you back to the essence of you and connecting you to the essence of the ground, to the wise ones, to the ones that have come before you, and the ones that will come after you. But it is to connect right now to the ones before you. And as we connect to the ones before you, is connecting to that essence and that truth of who you are. Sometimes that's scary, because you come to the power of what you are and the insight of what you know. And when you come to the power of what you are and what you know, means that you have to act on that power. And sometimes that's fucking hard. Sometimes we don't want to step into that power. We don't want to deal with that power because that's just too much for me and people are going to laugh at me. But stepping into that power means that I'm going to step into it and I'm going to know that there's a knowingness about me, a knowingness that is within the truth of me, that I'm going to shine my light, whether that is within the boardroom, within the office, within talking to others that I know around me. I'm going to allow for that true warrior spirit to come through and allow myself to shine and not falter from that. Falter from that light that is me. And that light comes with a shimmering sword. And the shimmering sword is your truth. And the truth of that sword stems with the divine energy of Bridget. Woo! Bridget is a beautiful energy of the goddess, and calling in Bridget or Breed, however, however you want to pronounce it, but calling in her essence is really allowing for you to step into you. And I feel like the decision that you need to make for when it comes to your work, I feel there's a yes that you have to move forward, that you have to step forward within the type of work that you're doing and make an adjustment and a change. And that adjustment and change will come and it'll bring you forth to more of the prosperity and the abundance that you are requiring at this time, because you're needing more money. You're needing your finances are kind of shitty right now. So I feel like you're needing some more. And it's allowing for you to be open to that more abundance that wants to come forth for you, because it's really allowing for you to be unstable. And within that instability it's sometimes it's like I can't trust myself, I can't trust what I do. But it's also the opposite, is that you got to where you are because of trusting yourself and doing the things that you do. So this is going to bring you even more. Even within this muggle world, you can create a lot. There's a lot there for you to create. There is, to follow your passion with that of what you are wanting to create in the abundance that you want. If you're wanting to, connect and climb up that corporate ladder, climb up that corporate ladder and do what it is, because the money that you earn is going to aid you to do other things and is going to aid you to start a tourist industry, start where you can take people on tours and things like that to other places. Don't get worried about, yes, I know. Thank you. It's like almost like a memo came in from my from my secretary over here saying, don't you know that there's going to be issues with flying? Don't you know there's going to be issues with that? Yes, I know, but Siobhan needs to overstep those because there's other places that she needs to bring people, whether that's even locally. And within that is trusting the skills, trusting your skills that you've built, but there's something new that you're needing to rely on. And that newness is going to come forth. And that newness is a new trade, a new idea, a new way of doing things, a new way of earning the abundance that you are wanting to earn. It's going to come because it's going to come on the backs of what you have done already. So there's new opportunity, a newness that's coming in. You got to trust it with the wisdom that you have. And in trusting with that wisdom and that there's something loving and energetic and beautiful that comes in with it, because the Knight of Cups can be ooey gooey and loving and caring, but he's coming through and giving you that love and joy that you need and sort of washing you down with it. But sometimes you don't want to be washed and down because you don't think it's going to fortify you with that truth of what you want to do. It's like, I got to be hard, I got to do this, but in comes this gentleness, this beauty that says that you need to embrace it, because it's going to allow for that newness of abundance. Now, even though sometimes the Six of Cups is about melancholy and remembering what was, but it's also an allowing for you to remember what was in order for you to embrace the newness of what is. and create that new job, of that newness that's coming in. So there's something new that's coming in. It looks, and I feel like I'm grabbing it forth and pulling it in. There's a new job or new um raise or stepping up the ladder, but there's something new that's coming in there that's going to give you the abundance that you want in order for you to do more of what you do love to do. So embrace it. Even if it is the muggle world, that's okay. The muggle world is we live in the muggle world. We have to utilize the muggle world in order to create the abundance in that of what we need to have. And that's even within love, because in comes the 10 of cups. Can't make this shit up for you, girl. You got it. The abundance is there. You got to trust in it, but don't fight against what it wants to give you. And that's what you're fighting against. You're fighting against what it wants to give you, the abundance that it wants to give you, the newness that it wants to give you. You're fighting it. Embrace it. Embrace the newness, embrace the muggle world and the money that it wants to give you. Embrace the newness and the jobs that are coming forth to you, and take them, because that's going to help you to do other things, help you to do more of the spiritual work that you want to do. And that's what the thing is that gets people so fucked up in their head, is that they don't realize that, oh, if I do this, I can buy that fucking crystal. I can help that person over there. But that's what it is that's coming in for you. And you got to embrace it, because you have the tact that you need in order for you to have the job that you need to have, in order for you to put the food on the table that you need to put, and the roof over the head that you need to put, and for you to be able to help the neighbor that you want to help. So there you go. You're very gifted and talented in all areas, whether it comes to when it comes to money and numbers. Allow yourself to embrace it. Money and numbers are very magical, very magical. So when you come into the money and abundance, and what I'm learning about economics, it's a very magical place. It's amazing. When you get into it and you see, because they don't lie, they just do what they do, and they show you what they can do, and they show you how they can open the abundance for you and bring that forth. So there you go. Whew. All righty. Who do we have? All right. I'm going to do one more reading because it's 1919. And of course, I've been up since 5:30 this morning. And of course, I have all this energy running through me. So, I got to work it through somehow, right? So I have Erica and AM. I don't know if Erica and AM are there, but let's just do Erica, because I know who Erica is. I'm not sure who AM is. AM, I'm going to send you out some love. Respond if you are still there. So I'm doing my little readings for $10. If you're wanting to donate, definitely you can donate to thegurumama@gmail.com. And I haven't done this type of readings and doing this in ages. Like, just saying, I haven't done this in a long time, but it's fun once you start doing it. Once I start getting into the groove. Erica, stop worrying. I know things aren't, as the way that we want them to be, but I feel there's, even though in the dismay of the world and where you live is chaotic and crazy, but I feel like there's some kind of opening or something that's going to come there. And that's going to give a breath of hope, a breath of newness, especially to your husband. This is going to get him to really, I feel like this is almost his last hurrah in order for him to create the abundance that he wants to create. So the dealings that he's doing right now, and he's really got to think outside the box in how he's doing these things. I'm going to say for him to look into people like the economic ninja. He's from California, to look into I allegedly. These are people that you might think are like, oh, they're just YouTube phenomenons. But these are people that they're not trying to give you financial advice, but they're trying to show you what they have done and what they've, created. And I feel for your husband that this is going to help him to get out of whatever, like get out of, and it's going to be uncomfortable, but to get out of the discomfort of where he is in order to create the comfort of what it is that he wants to create. So it's choices. This cup is like, you got to be very careful on the choices that you make. It's the 7 of Cups. You really got to trust the intuition that you are creating, the intuition that you are having. If you're not trusting it, it could lead you in many different ways. It could lead you in a way that you don't want it to lead you, but you've come a long way. You've fought to where you are. So why are you stopping? Don't stop from that, because there's still a passion. There's still fight there's not to give up right now. There's still a lot to go, and there is death that comes in. That means there's situations that are going to die away. Situations that no longer align with you are going to go away in order to create something new, because out of death comes newness, and out of the newness comes a new journey, because there's a new journey that's heading your way. And that's the difficultness, because it's like, I don't want a new journey. I just want it to be the way it was. I want it to go this way. But that's not how it's happening. There's something new that's coming in, and the newness is going to create the abundance that you are wanting. So there you go. Thank you all for being a part of my community, for being here. If you are wanting to have more of an in-depth reading, definitely get a hold of me. We can do an hour one-on-one, get more into your chart and all that kind of fun stuff, right? And AM, if you are still there, I'm going to give you one card. I'm going to pull out one card, and stop holding so tight to everything around you. Release, release, release. The Four of Pentacles is showing me that you are hanging on to things too tightly. Yes, things come in, but you are a fear of letting go and saying, if I spend over here, spend. It's not saying to go crazy over spending, but it's saying that you don't have to hang on so tight. So sending you guys out so much love. Thank you so much for being a part of my community. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. And it's been a crazy night. I just felt I had to do this evening and come in and give you that 411 of the shenanigans of the energies. Thank you. May the Lord and Lady watch over and bless you in all that you do, and all that you say, and all that you be. Allow for that beautiful light to shine, and be that shining light. Don't let anybody put your